Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Crypto Insider channel. Today is December 26, 2019, and know that I am not a certified financial planner, investment guru, registered investment advisor, tax accountant, any of that fun stuff. Um, Please interact with the like and subscribe buttons. I don't care how you do it, you delicately or otherwise. You want to smash them, pound them, throw them out the window. We appreciate all the likes and subscribers we have got. And speaking of that, my little initiative to donate some XRP to charity. Right now, we're about one XRP per subscriber, maybe a little less. Maybe it's zero point 0.9, somewhere in there. We round sometimes. If we get 22 subscribers, we might give 20, just because of the way the tip bot works. If you see it on the screen, you can only do 5 per message. So to do the 20, we got overnight, or the 22, I've had to do 4 tweets. But I'm happy to do it because we appreciate all the subscribers, and there have been so many that you've all set off the subscriber harp. Listen to that. Keep costing me the XRP. The Good Souls bot, Good Souls group is only too happy to split it, and you can donate to charity just by watching and subscribing to the Crypto Insider channel. So on to the news. These first 2 articles are kind of interesting. One's a bit older. This one's from MIT, and the reason why I pick it out from January 11th of 2018 is because we've got one from today regarding MoneyGram and statements by CEO Alexander Holmes. But I just wanted to give you guys a look into what happened. This article by Mike Orcutt starts out saying that not all cryptocurrencies are created equal, and then it goes on to tell about the things that that people generally assume to be failings of XRP. He talks about how all 100 billion XRP coins were created at once when the network was launched in 2012. He talks about the consensus algorithm. And then he says XRP was never meant to be another Bitcoin. The big bet is that XRP will become a bridge currency for cross-border payments, something that every single XRP YouTuber is talking about, has been talking about for so long. Here's the catch. Ripple doesn't need a bridge currency to work, and nearly everyone using the network so far has chosen the exchange digital IOUs. They settle the transactions later. This guy must have had to update his article to point out, as many have said in the comments, MoneyGram, a leading transfer company, today announced it would test XRP. The announcement does not guarantee adoption, however, meaning they could scrap it. And that's important. We'll get back, we'll talk about that. But today, for this article, again, was January 11th, 2018, and that's just him talking about MoneyGram. And yeah, working in fintech in the largest banking technology company in the world, I can tell you a lot of wonderful sounding projects and then end up getting scrapped by these banks. It's just the way it is. They'll get scrapped. They'll get delayed. A new product will come out by the time they have the scoping meetings for their first idea. All kinds of fun, crazy things happen in banking at that level that nobody plans on. But that was it then, and now this is now from the Daily Hodl, December 26, 2019. I think blockchain, this is a quote from Alexander Holmes of MoneyGram. I think blockchain is an amazingly interesting technology. I think there are questions out there about what is the value and future of cryptocurrencies in that space. We're using Ripple's cryptocurrency for now. XRP is a medium of exchange to move from dollars to pesos. And XRP sits in the middle. What the value of all that becomes longer term, I think, is interesting. That's what we all think is interesting. But I will say, to the extent that we can perfect the model with that, we can truly facilitate instant flow of funds, instant money movement with the data. Remember, the whole goal here is money to move as fast as data, and allow a customer in country A to get money into country B seamlessly and efficiently. I think it's what everyone is demanding. He said he couldn't speculate on whether other major players like Western Union will utilize RippleNet or ODL, but he believes Ripple's network of financial institutions will continue to grow. Yes, I believe it too. Look, if you can show these banks that you have a proven method of saving them money, and what's more important in Ripple's case, and more important than most companies' case, you can also show these big banks that other people are using it successfully. You have a much, much greater chance of, um, of facilitating mass adoption. All these banks talk to each other. Barclays Bank talks to RBC. RBC talks to Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs talks to Ally Bank. Ally Bank talks to American. I mean, it's a very. There, a lot of the people show up at the same conferences together, and while they're competitors on paper, in reality, it's not like they show up to the same place and fistfights break out. Everybody gets along for the most part, and everybody shares idea. Oh, this is working for us. We're doing this now. This is what and there's a lot of insider information at the different conferences and banking conventions. But we're talking about Swift. As for the great debate on whether emerging payment technologies can one day replace Swift, the massive payments messaging network with more than 10,000 institutions on board, Holmes says the industry leader is king for a reason, and that there is plenty of room for competition. And he goes to talk on about how every bank is tied into Swift. That's true, and a lot of major corporations. So trying to disrupt the established big boys is not always easy, but I think, like I covered in my video yesterday, Ripple hires the talent to be able to do this, to talk to the right people, to go for the throat, so to speak. And I think they'll ultimately be successful. The biggest the biggest obstacles I see is maybe Ripple ends up selling out completely, and some other country buys them and shelves a lot of the projects. Something like that is possible. I mean, it happens all the time with these big companies, but barring something drastic like that, I think we're well on track to see XRP succeed and Ripple the company succeed. And that brings us into our next story. And we already talked about this, so I'm not going to read it word for word. I don't read a lot of stories word for word. I'm just showing you where they are. You can go get them if you want to read more. This one comes from Yahoo Finance, and this talks about the 200 million in Series C funding. We talked about this before. And why it's interesting to us, to me, is because this 200 million doesn't have to go into cross-border payments. Like I said, all the YouTubers, we love talking about ODL and the cross-border payments, and there's even a dedicated 24-hour stream to the ODL transactions where you can see how many there've been in a rolling 24-hour period. But Ripple does other things, right? We have Codius. We have all these initiatives by was it Stefan Thomas? We have Codius, which is the smart contracts that XRP can utilize. We have Coil, which is the cross-border music. It's the music platform that artists can sell their music for XRP on. And granted, a lot of those may fail or not. Certainly, probably will never raise to the level of ODL, but you never know. And I think the different ways to use XRP and that Ripple is helping to facilitate and develop is going to help the price eventually as well. Global Coin Report, June. This is from June 11th. This is a very old article, but it talks about Codius, and it talks about Coil. I think it talks about Coil. Yeah, who now runs Stefan Thomas, who now runs Coil. So the point is that we have other avenues for XRP to be used. And we're kind of diversifying our utility. Not all of our XRP eggs are in one basket. I'm going to take a brief look at price, 0.18825. The metrics, some of them are good in the past 5 minutes, but some of them are not. The simple moving average took a little dip. But for the most part, the oscillators are saying neutral down here. So I don't know if it's just not a lot of trading activity, or if that activity is just about neutral with the buying and selling. There's enough pressure. Looks like our resistance is around 19 cents, 0.19. Even if we break out of that to 0.195 or 0.197 even, that's not too exciting to me. I want to see it hit 0.22, 23. Anything 27 would get me really excited. So that's what we're looking for, and that's provided we haven't actually found the bottom. Again, I predict the bottom at around 0.14 cents. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Nobody really knows. It's all a mix of technical analysis, me listening to other people, and forming some of my own opinions based off their analysis. So we'll see. But we're definitely hoping that 2020 is a better year for XRP. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. We'll try to get some more content out. We try to do one video a day. We don't always succeed. But we give it our best effort. Come on, everybody takes a day off occasionally. But thanks for listening to the Crypto Insider. Thanks for watching the channel. And remember, like and subscribe. You can give to charity just by listening to me bloviate. Thanks so much, and we will talk to you later.